Hello and welcome to KitPlus TV, supported by Mediaproxy. Now today we're catching up with someone we would normally chat to in person at NAB, which sadly was not to be this year. So we'd like to welcome back on the show Thomas Tang from Apantac. Hi Thomas, nice to see you again.
Hi. Hi, how are you? Yes, I'm also a little bit sad about NAB. Yeah, we did a lot of work to get it ready.
Absolutely, yeah, that's a disappointment. So, Thomas, today we're talking SDM now, aren't we? Which stands for Smart Display Modules. We've spoken about this before, but tell us about it again. Give us a run through first.
So SDM is an Intel platform. It's one of the latest smart modules that they make that plugs into a display. So SDM comes in two form factors, the SDM-S and the SDM-L. So the S stands for small and the L stands for large.
Makes sense.
So most of SDMs are, most people build the SDM to be a PC. So you could plug a PC into a display for digital signage purposes. But at Apantac, we are building interface products based on the SDM platform.
So just rewinding it a little bit, Thomas, prior to SDM, I believe Intel had an interface called OPS, which was the open pluggable specification. How does SDM differ to that?
Oh, so OPS was the previous generation of the pluggable box. So OPS one it's larger. It really only supported up to 1920 by 1200. And so when moving forward to the UHD 4K world, Intel had redesigned the specification and the connectivity.
Yeah. So other than resolution, are there any other particular advantages we can highlight of using the SDM format?
Well, one, the SDM is smaller, and it's based on not a proprietary connector. So as far as manufacturing goes, it becomes easier. Also, SDM also allows you to have some bidirectional communication with the display. For example, are you a PC? Are you not a PC? Are you how hot are you running? What is the wattage that you're using, the power consumption that you're using, so the display could adjust accordingly. Okay. And another really interesting thing about the SDM is that it's not limited to UHD and 4K. So Intel had looked forward and designed it to be 8K compatible.
Okay. So I think probably what will really help understand the technology is maybe if you've got some example case studies of what people are using, how they're using it, and what problems it's overcome maybe.
So one of the things that I mentioned earlier is that SDM started out was really for PC, right? And we're making interface products. And so of course, in the PC world, you could use a player, some type of media player that goes into a display. But in our use case, we make interface products. So for example, we're doing 12G to HDMI. So 12G SDI to HDMI. We're also doing HD-based-T. So we're allowed to do HD-based-T because we were a provider of OPS products that provided HD-based-T technology. And then the NDI, we're doing NDI. So all these interfaces that you can now plug directly into a display without external cables, external power supplies, and really that's in a system that makes the system really clean, in a video wall or in a studio.
And you said earlier that manufacturing costs could be improved. It's cheaper to manufacture. Does this reflect in the than OPS? Does this reflect in the cost of SDM modules over what would have been OPS modules? Are they good value in comparison?
Yes. Oh, of course. Well, one is OPS is OPS uses a proprietary connector that's only made by one company in the world. So that makes it harder to get. So the SDM is based on the PCIe connector. PCIe is widely used in the PC industry, so that's available everywhere. Also, having two form factors, really, you don't need a bigger board to stuff more things on there just to fit the form factor of an OPS. So that is quite an advantage.
So cool. We said in the intro, Thomas, that we'd normally have a good chat at NAB. What would you have been talking about this week, actually, if the show had gone ahead? I mean, I'm sure there would have been some SDM stories to tell there as well.
Yeah, so what we're showing is in SDM, we're showing a couple of different things, right? So we're showing SDI, which is for the broadcast community. And we're showing what kind of a hybrid broadcast as well as Pro AV. AV over IP, we're doing NDI. We're also doing HD-based T, so which is a point-to-point. So we're showing over IP, point-to-point on AV as well as SDI. And in all that, really, if you're in a staging world, event and staging world, this makes it very easy that you no longer have to stock a particular type of display or a particular type of converter, right? You can have both. You could have a bunch of regular displays, and you could have a bunch of these converter cards, and the converter cards are really like this big, right? So it makes it very easy to store them and to change them out.
Flexibility and scalability, I think, and it's a big message with everybody at the moment. So yeah,
exactly.
Go on. Sorry, yeah, carry on. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, exactly. By having no external power supplies, right, you're eliminating another point of failure, right? And by not having cables, an extra cable for a conversion box, that also eliminates a factor as well.
So where can we send people to find out a bit more about new products and maybe the full SDM range that you're offering?
So for the SDM range, we have a landing page, www.apantac.com/crescent/SDM. That's where it would be. And
cool.
You could go to www.apantac.com and look at all our new things. We have about 10 new products for NAB.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thomas. Thank you very much, Thomas. As I say, we do always really enjoy spending time on your booth at these big shows where you expertly guide us through it all. So hopefully we'll be back doing that again very soon. And do check out that link that Thomas says to find out all the things you need to know. Thanks also to Mediaproxy for their support of KitPlus TV. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.